My name is Chelsea Way. I am Strategic Director at a charity called Blueprint for All. We at Blueprint for All are a national inclusion charity that support those from diverse ethnic heritage backgrounds and those with other social mobility factors to find opportunities. We started our digital journey back in post-COVID, essentially. So as a charity, we predominantly delivered all of our services face-to-face, and COVID for us was a definite need for us to be able to still reach our participants. So we embarked on building a digital platform to fully digitalise all that we offer in person, also online for our participants. So we went through a stage of discovery and build, which was an external outsourced provider, a commercial agreement where we built the platform. But ultimately, as much as the beautiful final product was, we also needed the correct team in-house to be able to maintain and build upon what had been built for our platform. So we engaged with Prodigi to help us and find the right talent to support us with not only maintaining the platform and keeping the lights on it, but also in the enhancements and our digital ambitions around building on what we had built in the first stage of the digital transformation project. So incredibly professional and transparent. For us, we had time constraints because we were leaving one provider that supported us with the build of the platform and moving into unknown territory of kind of having an in-house team. And with those timeframes, it worked out that we needed a team built within 6 to 8 weeks of when we engaged with Prodigi. So actually that was a nervousness that we definitely had, that actually can we find the right people in that time frame. But actually the calibre of candidates that were presented to us, really based on who we are as an organisation, what our mission, our values are. Prodigi spent a lot of time with us really understanding those things really early on, which at that time I thought, goodness, this is wasting real precious moments of time when we really need to recruit. But actually really understand how fundamental and important that was to sourcing the right talent for our team. Prodigi really took the time to understand who we needed, how they fitted into our culture and our values, and ultimately what that meant in terms of the process is that the people that were presented to us as a final shortlist all really understood what we was trying to do, and actually the skills and experience they had was as important as what they were bringing in terms of their personable skills and their kind of their understanding of what we're trying to achieve at Blueprint for All. So overall, in terms of the process, incredibly professional, really supportive to our needs, and I would say that kind of like the understanding of what we were trying to achieve and where we was trying to get to was so fundamental in kind of finding and sourcing the right people for the roles that we appointed for. We actually initially embarked on kind of just getting in some really strong Salesforce developers and a technical project manager lead to support us with what we were trying to deliver digitally. But having those discussions with Prodigi, and when we were talking about what we do around SEO, which was an outsourced provider at that point as well, what we do around design work, which was very much in-house, we actually then shaped up 5 roles, which actually the time and resource that we would get from having somebody in-house actually outweighed the costs for having all of these different external providers that were doing different bits and pieces for us. So actually what we recruited for was a much bigger team than what we originally anticipated. So we started with 3, which was a senior Salesforce developer, and a project manager. But then actually we built that into an SEO consultant and a design specialist consultant as well. So those individuals, 3 of them very much focus on digital, but 2 of those roles, SEO and the design roles, actually work across both our digital but also kind of the other things that we're doing at Blueprint for All. So we're really getting kind of bang for our buck in terms of having that in-house team. And we're not outsourcing and doing bits and pieces all over the place. We've actually got dedicated people now to really support and develop those areas of work. So 5 roles in total across our digital work. Transparency was the kind of what stood out to me in terms of other recruitment partners that we've worked with and people that have resourced people for us. not always going for the easy option as well. So I suppose like when we received shortlist, Bashir and his team were very much like, we've got some people, but we're going to keep trying because actually we think that there might be other fits. And kind of like, even though that took more time, and even though my nervousness around our time to kind of get the team started, it was always about doing the right thing for us, which was really valued by myself and our head of digital as well. It's like always, let's keep looking, let's not quite perfect but good enough. Okay, no, we're going to go for perfect. And that was really kind of valuable to us, to make sure that we get the right resource within the team, but also that kind of transparency and communication around it would just have been easier for you guys just to be like, oh yeah, we've got 3 great candidates and you guys should go for A, B and C. Actually, we've got 3 great candidates, but I think there may be others that we could look into. So just always doing what was right by us and what we needed and where we were trying to get to was kind of front and foremost in that process. So that transparency and also being able to give really frank feedback about things as well during that process as well is really appreciated, because actually we move quick doing it like that, and there's kind of mutual respect on both sides of the relationship to ultimately get the job done in a way that we're not kind of pernickety about the details. It's about getting the best outcome for Blueprint for All. Absolutely would recommend Prodigi to company hiring and distribution teams. Kind of just some key reasons which I've already kind of gone through in kind of the discussion today. Transparency, kind of value for money, getting the right people in place, and really taking the time to understand the projects, the organisation and what we're trying to achieve, so that the solutions aren't short-term people to fill gaps. It's about kind of that long-term, and that's what we needed in terms of our brief to Prodigi, was around bringing people in for the long term, and we definitely feel that and got that from the process. And I'd say that was, for us a really important thing, that actually we're not worrying about those things, that we've got some people that are really with us. And Prodigi also kind of check in with those individuals as well and kind of feed that back to us really regularly around kind of any pinch points or anything any feedback that they've received, which is also invaluable for us, because actually we don't want to lose talent, because there's things and internal changes that we can make, and that relationship is really important to kind of the retention piece around kind of the digital talent that we brought on board.